Hi, 6:15 on this post-election Wednesday morning. Of course, we're continuing with our election coverage you can count on this morning. I have a special guest in studio, Joe Morris, a political science professor at Mercyhurst University and a longtime political expert who's joined us here in the morning. Thank you for doing that once again, Joe.
My pleasure.
Any big surprises? What was the biggest overall surprise, perhaps, out of Tuesday? They're being referred to as a bit of a blue wave.
Yeah, it certainly seemed that way, particularly in Erie County.
Right.
We saw Democrats do really well across the county, and I think interestingly, we have a female county executive and a female mayor.
Yeah, exactly. Let's talk a little bit about that county executive race, because I feel like the result may be a bit of a surprise, but the margin of victory for Democrat Christina Vogel seemingly shocked a lot of folks.
Yeah, I think Christina Vogel has a history now, a short history. She's relatively new to politics, but a history of overperforming. She was in a fairly heated contest against Perry Wood for the Democratic nomination, and I think she overperformed there as well. And last night, we saw a significant victory. She did far better than most people expected.
We see exit polls at the national level and some of the voters talking about why they voted the way they did. Here at home, any indications as to why the sentiment turned so heavily in favor of Christina Vogel?
Well, I think we have to look at it in the context of the election year and the particular race. In terms of the context, this is a time when Democrats are highly motivated to do something.
Sure.
They are not in control of the White House, nor are they in control of the U.S. Congress, and as a result, they are motivated to vote, and they showed up last night in significant numbers.
Erie Mayor Daria Devlin now taking over for Joe Schember. Talk about the significance of that.
Yeah, well, it is. I mean, we have only had one other female mayor in all of Erie's history that was elected to office. Some finished out terms for men who were elected, but this is, again, a significant win for the Democrats. It's not surprising. Democrats tend to dominate Erie city politics, but Daria Devlin is a new voice, a new perspective, and I think this is going to be an exciting time for the city. And one of
the campaigns that the candidates spent a lot on was that race for Erie County Judge, and we have Emily Moskow-Mirsky taking the victory there.
Yeah, again, another Democrat, another woman doing really well. And, you know, one thing that's really unfortunate when it comes to judicial races is that people don't really understand what they're supposed to be voting on. It's kind of easy when we're talking about a mayor or a president.
Sure.
But when we're talking about judges, people just don't know. But Emily Mirsky ran a great campaign. People recognized her name, and she did well.
All right, we're going to ask you to stick around for the next half hour. We're going to talk a little bit more about those statewide judicial retention at that effort, and a very important one. We'll break down that New York City mayoral race and some other races with Joe Morris coming up in the next half hour.